Hello everybody and welcome to the K-Maps channel. This is Kay Kritiques, where we discuss all things South African television. Today we are breaking down Adulting Season 1 Episode 2 titled Don't Catch Feelings. So Episode 2 picks up right where we left off. We are reintroduced to Nkanyezi and we soon find out that Nkanyezi is the sister of the guy who is, I think, the investor of Bonga's project, or they work together. And Bonga wants her. Bonga really wants her and she is not giving him the time of day. So I feel like for him, it's sort of now become a game of chasing after her. Like, he enjoys the hunt. He likes that she's playing hard to get. He likes that she's not giving him the time of day. The fact that she doesn't want him makes him want her even more. Then his father calls and wants to know the details. His new car, his new business deal. On some, I heard you built my wife a house. And it's like, you abandoned your wife. Why do you now want to come back and be like, my wife this, my wife that, when you didn't appreciate her when you had her? And that's the thing about deadbeats. He was like, your mom turned me against you. It's like, no, sir. Your actions are what made Ubonga resent you. So we see that he has a bit of those abandonment issues where his father left him and his mom to fend for themselves, probably disappeared, and then now wants to come back that he's successful. And that's one thing about deadbeats. One thing about deadbeats, they're going to come back once you've made it in life. They're going to allow you to suffer your whole life, and then once you make it and you're successful and they can gain something from you, that's when they usually come back, which is quite sad because he doesn't even acknowledge. It's a different story if his father were to acknowledge that I left you and abandoned you guys when you were young. That's a different story than saying your mom poisoned you against me, when it's your own actions that made your child not want to be around you, not even want to share their moments with you, not get into contact with you, where now it feels like you're the one who's forcing the connection. And I feel like his playboy persona is sort of like a trauma response to that. Don't let anybody come close so that they never leave. And so not allowing people to get close to me or allowing myself to be vulnerable around them. When they do eventually leave, I won't feel as bad or I won't be as heartbroken because I didn't allow them to get close. So I feel like that's what's going on with Bonga in terms of his playboy persona, because I do feel like he wants love and he wants to be loved. He has expressed that, as we see with Nkanyezi as well, where he sees her as like, this is my future wife, and he literally asks her, like, I want us to be in a committed relationship. I will do any and everything to make you happy. I want to be with you. Give me a chance. Give us a chance. And you could see that he was ready to commit. It wasn't congruent with his playboy persona so far. And I feel like that's because internally he wants to be loved. He wants somebody to love. But his traumas and his abandonment issues don't allow him to be able to express that. But he is definitely smitten with Nkanyezi, and Nkanyezi decides, listen, I'm not a relationship type of girl. I'll end up hurting you. So might as well not even pursue a relationship with you. And yeah, they do not pursue a relationship any further. Let me get into the messiest character, Mpho. One thing about me, Mpho, I'm gonna probably be bashing him this entire season, especially because I also watched the trailers. So I know that there's some more mess to come. And Mpho really does hate his wife here. He really, really does hate his wife. Like, he is literally depressed about his side chick dumping him, and he takes it out on his wife. He wants a new side chick. So instead of trying to fix his relationship with his wife, who he's committed to, the mother of his children, he decides, no, I need to get another side chick. And if Vuyani actually tries to advise him, then short left is like, go after that girl if you want her, blah, 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 blah. Mere fact that he hangs out with guys such as Bonga, no Vuyani, it says a lot about him. Eric, we can let it slide. His only thing is that he's very, very violent and he's very, very hostile. But other than that, we haven't seen him to be somebody who mistreats women so far. Even his baby mama, he wasn't really angry at the baby mama or anything. He was more so angry at the boyfriend, the new boyfriend, Cyril. But anyways, he now tries to find a new side. And I'm like... You know what? He doesn't want to cheat just for the sake of cheating. So he doesn't want to just cheat with anybody. He wants to find somebody who he's going to be in a committed relationship with outside of his marriage. And he says he doesn't want to cheat just for the sake of cheating. And I'm like, then why are you cheating? No matter the reasons for you cheating is still cheating, bro. Because he says that him and his wife don't have sex regularly. It's scheduled not more than 2 times a week. And it's like, why don't you communicate with your wife expectations that you have? Because as people, we grow. We don't always want the same things. Maybe what you wanted when you had first gotten in a relationship or when you first got married is not what you want now. As we grow, as we evolve, our needs change, our expectations in relationships change. But instead of him communicating that with his wife so that his needs are met, he cheats to try and get that from somebody else, but without actually realizing that it's highly likely that if he communicates his feelings to his wife will adjust and adapt and try to meet his needs. Because I feel like if you're in a committed relationship, especially something where you've involved the government in your relationship, where you are married, you would want to be selfless to a certain extent, where you are wanting to make sure that the other person is happy and that the other person's needs are met, instead of just being selfish and taking from that person without pouring anything back into that person. And Uzi too seems like the type of woman who would go to the ends of the earth for Mpho, and that is portrayed where Mpho shares his struggles of feeling like his life is stagnant compared to Bonga. Maybe he feels like he's stuck, he's stagnant. And Uzitu literally comforts him and consoles him and motivates him and gives him that pep talk of, okay, you want to pursue this, you want to start maybe consulting. Okay, how can we do it? You need to connect, you need capital, you need this. I will help you and I'm with you every step of the way. And it's like, sometimes men will leave a woman who supports him in the house just to go out and hook up with somebody who's fleeting. Especially because Uzitu seems like they started dating while they were very, very young. And I think Mpho has expressed that we got married while we were still young. But he wants more. And I feel like it's that greed sort of, where he wants more. He constantly wants everything, not realizing that he has everything in his house, in his family. And I feel like he doesn't value his family enough, because he wouldn't be doing the things he's doing and risk losing his family if he really did love his wife and his kids. I feel like if you're willing to jeopardize every single thing just for a moment of pleasure, then you don't really value that thing in your life. I'm gonna stand 10 toes down. I'm riding at dawn for my girl Z2. I said what I said, and that's on period. And Eric, as we saw in the previous episode, Eric did get arrested for kidnapping his child. So when he got out of jail, he hasn't seen his child, and he doesn't want to involve lawyers because he feels like he doesn't want that whole custody battle. He doesn't want his daughter to see him and Natasha arguing and fighting, involving the justice system. He wants to solve things cordially between them, but Natasha hasn't been allowing him to see his child, Uncumisa, in over a week. And he soon finds out that they have moved in with Cyril, who is Natasha's boyfriend. He then decides, you know what? I'm going to involve lawyers, and Bonga gets him a lawyer. His child support is paid in cash. There's no record of him paying or anything. There's literally nothing that can prove that he is able to take care of his child. Literally. He goes off at the lawyer, and I feel like his anger and his temper are gonna be his downfall. He's too quick to get angry. He's too quick to lash out. And it's like the lawyer is just telling you what's gonna happen. The lawyer is stating the facts. There's no need for you to get angry at the lawyer and just lash out, because he didn't say that he's not going to help you. He said it's going to be difficult, but he didn't say I'm not going to help you. Eric just lashes out. It's like he blacks out. Even at Gonga, he's just quick to get angry without thinking of the consequences. Because now what does he do? He looks for Cyril's address and shows up at the door. And now he's adding trespassing on top of his criminal record, which is going to make things a bit more difficult for you. And Natasha tells him that Cyril has more money than you. He offers us a better life. And he's battling these feelings of inadequacy and feelings of being less than. Because he was like, oh, you're going to come back to me. And Natasha was like, I'm not going to come back to you. You are broke as hell. Why would I do that? And then after him following her, she actually takes out a protection order against him. I like that this series is also showing the hardships of being a father. The role of single mothers with deadbeat dads is the more popular role to portray, because it's what's prevalent in our lives, especially in this country, where most of the time, mothers are single because the father leaves. They don't look after the children. And I feel like that has been accurately portrayed with Bonga's storyline. And I love the fact that it wasn't also portrayed with Eric's storyline. In fact, it's completely the opposite. They flipped the script, where they show how sometimes it is the baby mother who keeps the father away sometimes. Eric wants to have a relationship with Uncumisa, and he does pay child support, sees her and loves her to the best of his abilities. But Natasha is hindering that. Men do also suffer sometimes. Sometimes they do want to see their kids, but the mother will be difficult. It's not always the case, but it does happen. And I like that they're showing the hardships of being the father. And finally, we have Vuyani. Vuyani's storyline, I was actually shocked. Season 1, episode 1, I had said that I feel like Vuyani is going to be the one who is going to have feelings of being less than. But it was actually Mpho who has the feelings of comparing himself to Bonga and also wanting to pursue a business, feeling like his life is stagnant. Whereas Vuyani is actually happy being the MEC's side dude. His storyline is so complex and so complicated. I feel like it's going to take a bit more episodes for me to be able to have a prediction, like my predictions of how it's going to go, because I feel like they haven't given us too many nuggets of Vuyani. Like, we just know that he is sleeping with the MEC. That is his hustle. Like, his hustle is him sleeping with this woman. But then you actually see him flirting with this other lady. I'm like, how can you flirt, look at this lady lustfully while you're standing next to your source of income? I didn't understand that. But the MEC was understanding, was like, don't make it obvious. Like, don't make me look like a fool. But then we also know that she is not divorced as of yet. Her divorce hasn't been finalized. They're at this event, this art event, and this other younger man flirts with the MEC. And I feel like in that moment, he just realized that he is disposable. He is replaceable. He could feel his security slipping away from his fingers. First of all, he realized that, okay, this MEC doesn't respect me. She doesn't value me. Tomorrow, she can just be like, we're over, get out of my house. And what will I have? But I feel like he's not really taking it as seriously as he should be. He goes into the bathroom with the beauty. They do drugs a bit. I just at least try and build something while you still have the opportunity, while the MEC is still on your side and you're still sleeping and occupying her bed. Try and build something off of that so that if she does leave you at some point, at least you have something to fall back on. But no, he doesn't do that. And we see that there's a power dynamic and that they are not on equal footing, and that he is in, I would say, a financially abusive relationship at this point, that he is being financially abused. There was an instance where literally they're all chilling, having fun, like talking, and Bonga really is the devil. Like, I feel like he's such a fake friend, or that he feels like he's better than all the other guys. But especially with Vuyani, he feels like he's better than him. Like, oh, you're a sex worker, you're a hoe, you're an escort. He literally made him the butt of the joke and ridiculed him. It was kind of cringy to watch that scene, where every single time they're moving on to another topic, he always tries to bring it back to, you are a hoe, you are a sex worker. Like, really, at some point or another, this is gonna cause so much tension that it's gonna boil over. I feel like Vuyani and Bonga are going to have a falling out because of Bonga's persistent ridicule and persistent goading in the friendship because of it. And it's gonna force the other two, Mpho no Eric, to choose, which is gonna be quite interesting. That is what I can predict for now, that Bonga and Vuyani are gonna have a major falling out because Bonga doesn't see him as anything. That was Adulting Season 1 Episode 2, titled Don't Catch Feelings. I hope you like, subscribe and share. Comment your thoughts down below in the comment section, and please do turn on that notification bell so that you are notified every single time I upload a new video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.